What we have here is a 1988 custom TZR250 Yamaha. They weren't ever brought to the States, but I found this one on eBay, and it's a little unconventional in that it's got a custom fairing, and it's been done up. I guess it wants to be a little RZ350 look-alike. It's got a 1990 front end off the 3MA TZR. It's got the 1988 frame and engine, and the frame has been powder coated. The swing arm is from the 1990, so it's a little wider, that allows the 1993 4.5-inch wheel. It's been spaced out, so all that works. The shock has been replaced by a 2007 R6, and that all ties together the frame and the swing arm with the 1990 linkage. Anyway, that was a little bit of a trick. Now the other trick was, and I learned very quickly, that if you don't have these cables routed to this three-way splitter, to the carbs, the power valve, and the Autoluber, you could have a little mess on your hands as far as fouling the plugs, and I did. So when I did the top end, I didn't route my cables right, and what was happening is my Autoluber, which is all cable driven, was either coming back very slowly, and I needed to have it come back very quickly. And so I discovered that it was because it was having a cable bind coming out of this three-way splitter, and this needs to be sitting just like this, otherwise things don't move the way they're supposed to. So the order in which you do this is you first adjust your free play on your throttle. That needs to be 5 to 7 mil adjustable here, and then also adjustable down at the carbs. And then what you do is you need to make sure that you've synced your carbs so that the slides open and close together at the same time, and again, everything comes back nicely with a quick free snap. Then what we do is, once that's done, you need to adjust the Autoluber, and you turn on the bike. And when you do that, you will see the cables all move, and you'll see the pulley move on the Autoluber. And once that has been done, you take the throttle and you pull it full open, and you check to see that when you do that, that this portion will line up with this pin. So when I pull it open, it does. And if it doesn't, then I will have to go over here up the cable where the pulley is and adjust it. This little piece comes back, and I loosen that, and I start adjusting so that when the bike throttle is full open, you've got it to line up with the mark on the plate. Now once that's done, and the bike is running, you're going to watch this little pump go up and down. And when it's going up and down, you'll see this plate moving. And you wait until, while the bike is running, and this is after it's warmed up, you wait until this plate is at its full extension, and we're talking just not even a millimeter, maybe a little more than that. And so what you'll do is, on its fullest extension up, furthest point up, you will turn it off so that you try to catch it with the plate at its furthest point extended. And then you measure with the feeler gauge 6 to 8 thousandths, and you measure here. There's a little wall here up in between the plate and this wall. And if it isn't, then you remove the nut on top of the plate and the lock nut. And there is a little washer here that you will have to, a shim I should say, that you should have to either add to or remove, so that you can get your clearance between this plate and this support piece here on the pulley. And once you get that done, then you will need to bleed it, and you will bleed it from here, and make sure that you've got oil coming out on both points on the back of the manifolds here, the carbs, so that there's no air in there. And just let it run and pump out a little bit, and then put your hoses back on, and make sure that it is in fact pumping oil, and make sure you've bled the oil lines, and then you're good to go.